The big loss over here, in my opinion, is we have a man who grew up in America and lived a regular American life, and he could have gone into all the gashmias and all the materialism that America offers. He could have become a doctor, he could have become a lawyer. And instead he chose to devote his life to avodas Hashem, to serving Hashem, and he grew and grew and grew in Torah, in avodas Hashem, in midas tovos.
Rabbi Sheinberg, who was certainly well over 100, grew up in the United States of America. He grew up in the United States of America at a time that simply for one to maintain the most basic elemental Yiddishkeit, to keep Shabbos, to keep kashrus, was an act of great self-sacrifice. Nobody even dreamt of the idea that somebody can be raised in the United States of America and turn out to be a Torah giant of the sort that Rav Chaim Pinchas Sheinberg Zeichet Tzadik Baruch was.
His house was a very simple house. You go in the house, there's absolutely nothing fancy about it. Simple and exactly what a Jew needs to have.
He was not only a Torah giant, he was a giant in love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yirat Shamayim. He was an awesome, powerful Torah individual, grew up in that spiritual wasteland, that desert that was the United States of America.
What can you tell us about his connection with the Talmidim, with the students?
Very, very close. All the Talmidim talk about how close they were to the Shiva. Very, very warm feeling he gave over to them. Very caring.
He became one of the top echelon of Torah greats in our generation. He's right there at the top with a very few people, one hand, that live in that rarefied atmosphere of real greatness. He was a great man. So America did create a few, but he long, long ago knew that his place is here. And he came here, and thousands of Talmidim. He was great in Psak Halacha, he was great in Hashkafas HaTorah, he was great in Lumdus, and he was great as a human being. He was a great human being.
He was very amiable, and he was very nice. And I think he's considered one of the only Gedolei Yisrael that learned in Ritz in Yeshiva University before he moved to the Mir. And as a result, his students also were a little bit on the innovative side. He also was on the innovative side. For instance, he believed that it was a mitzvah to wear tzitzit, and every single beged, every single tzitzit that was worn was a separate mitzvah. And he would look like a football player. He would have just tens of tzitziot. When he was home, he would wear even more. And they would reach like the top of his head, and he would just wear as many tzitziot as possible.
He used to wear tzitzis all day long, his talis. He used to have, I think, about 100 pairs of tzitzis on him all day long. He was a small man, but he looked very big. Besides that, he wore his tefillin all day long from the beginning of the day until the end, till nighttime. And he wouldn't go anywhere without it. The meaning of that is a mitzvah that we have, that we could accomplish all the time. Why shouldn't we accomplish it? We want to try to grab every opportunity that we have to serve Hashem.
He was, without doubt, one of the outstanding rabbis of our generation.
I think that we could learn from this, that to realize that our job in this world is to serve Hashem and not to run after all the not meaningful things, to run after the things that are very meaningful.